morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Uh, Welcome to quali for the Austrian Grand Prix. Oh, start qualifying will be delayed. We just got that notice. So what we know is that four cars at the end of F2 got into a big accident altogether. Don't have all the details, but yeah. So we're waiting for start quali. Will be delayed. Again, they're basically getting the track cleared. We'll get more information about that in a few moments as F1 starts their broadcast. Yes, you guys are summoning. That's how you guys summoned me. Before it's like throwing a pokeball in that very many cases. Oh, Scott, Gones, and hard work for you, my friend. We got Paul here. We got Shay here. I know. Who else was here? Farquhar's here. These are the people in green who've thrown a couple. Like, there we go. They're throwing a couple bucks each month. If you're a channel member, now's the time to speak up so I can shout you out. We got Vero over in Twitch chat. Just trying to take a look right now. Yeah, definitely right now, smash that like button. Join the channel. Those of you on Twitch, subscribe. Uh, Basically, again, for those of you who are on YouTube, you subscribe and you hit the bell. You'll get notifications when we go live. For those of you who are on Twitch, basically, as long as you join the channel, follow the channel, and you have your notifications set up, you'll get notifications from Twitch. We are using the C5, C4, C3 compounds. So these are the three compounds that we love and use a lot here in F1. We had to use a couple of C6s this year, and we found that those C6s they fall off pretty quickly. So again, we are in Austria, the Spielberg at the Red Bull Ring, effectively. Dark was here early. Yeah, Dark was here early. Arcanix is saying apologizing to me. I don't know why. Again, we have a yellow flag right now. Okay, so Q1 will start at 16:05. So we've got about 8 minutes before Q1 starts. Again, what had happened in F2? Basically, at the very end of the race, there was a big incident with four different cars. See if I can look up that information. Oh, oh, oh yeah, that's big. One, two, one, two. Oh, they're piled up. Let's see. So Mini Bennett, Fornaroli. That's not a pasta. That's a driver. Everyone. Cordial. Yeah. So it looks like Cordial, Mini, Barrett, Fornaroli are all out. Ended basically F2 in a very final lap. So Marty won. Durkinson was second. Stanek was second. Dunn was sixth. Ace keeps the championship lead. Miata was eighth somehow. I thank Mirix, our master of numbers in Discord, for providing this information. He's got an image of what ended up happening in the crash. So Okay, we've got about 6 minutes to go. Again, we're delayed by 5 minutes due to F2 shenanigans. So, yeah, not many people watch F2. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, that was the last thing. I was like, I usually watch F2. I didn't watch it this time. Um, and I'm surprised that yeah, there. If you wonder why there's no red flags, they all happened in F2 apparently. Go figure. Yeah, one of the things that you might have to deal with YouTube is that there's it likes to automatically adjust the quality of your stream. And sometimes that is puts you in like um and it can put you in a very low resolution. And the way you handle that is there's a gear that you can hit, and that can help. One of the things is the quality. And right now, I'm actually on auto. I don't want that. Uh, oh, let's go 4K. Not going to help me. I typically try and go to 7020p, 1080p. I'm going to have to go with 440p. Nice HD. Dale Trails, seeing the F1 leave me last night. It's crap. No, it's not crap. No red flags in F2 because Crash doesn't watch it. But the one time I don't watch F2 that a big accident happens. Did they not go to red flag, or did the race just end under yellow? Which is what might have happened. Is that because it was like the last lap? Yeah, no spoilers on the F1 film, guys. We got people who still need to watch it. Haven't had a chance. I mean, it's only Saturday. It's only been out 2 days, so leave your issues with the film or your praises or things whatnot. Leave that for next week. We'll discuss the F1 film in detail during Silverstone. But right now, Franz Herman demands your silence right now because people need to let people see the film and make their own opinions before we pounce on them. Either way, I feel you guys are going to fight with me at Silverstone. It's going to be hilarious, but we'll see. I'll pile up on the last lap. That's why they may not have gone to red. Thank you, Shay. Thank you for telling me that we were wonderful on commentary. I'll be honest; these last two sessions were weird for me. Not much really happened in F2 and F3. People did some spins, but we had no major accidents. We had a lot of guessing of who was doing what and why. Um, who was weighted down. There was a lot of guessing with regard to that, and that's kind of hard to make a good guess on. So, luckily, we got qualifying. That all the cards laid out on the table. We got 2 minutes and 20 minutes to go before we get to that green light. Again, we have been delayed 5 minutes because they needed time to watch. They needed time to clean up an accident in F2 at the end of the race. Lando got top of FP3, and I believe FT2 as well. The driver to keep an eye on in this session is going to be Lance Stroll because he got a P4 and a P8 in the last two sessions. He's outperforming. Do not know watch Ford for Ferrari race. That's one of the films that's actually on my watch list to watch. So that is something to see. I know there's another Ferrari film out there that's recent that's worth watching. And then you get to some of the classics like Drive. Um, oh, what's the kart film? A couple films in the early 2000s. One of them was a kart IndyCar kart themed film. So, so we're only a few seconds away before they get onto track. Hey, boss, with us coming into FP quality Q1 now, you may want to not stop the animation going forward. Again, Paula, thank you for the £5 donation, agreeing that I do a great job. Thank you. For those who are Blazeball, the commissioner does do a great job. Okay, putting the image between cues now. Driven with Celestial Stone. Thank you. Aston Martin's coming out of the garage. Starting to line up on the pit lane. Actually, Q1 has actually started. So here we go. Q1, everyone. Green light, green light, green light. It's dark. Hey, dark. Days of Thunder, another good one. NASCAR, but still a good film. Yeah, I know about Ford versus Ferrari, but there's also another film that was produced around the same time as that film that was just about Ferrari, about the owner Ferrari, and so that's the other film I was looking to see at some point. Yeah, you guys are talking about Ford versus Ferrari and the driver Ken Miles. Um, after racing in Le Mans for Ford, a couple months later, he would then die in a crash in the United States, and that's history for you at this moment. But getting on to, we are getting. I believe Albin is the first one to cross. Yeah, Albin's going to be the first one to cross the line and start a flying lap. Stroll, Alonso, Sainz are in that order. Ocon, Behrman, Gasly, Colapino. First 8 out on track right now. Sainz, Alonso, Stroll having crossed the line. Here comes Ali, Esteban and Ali cross the line now. Albin might have to catch up with Colapino at the end of the lap. Gasly starting his flying lap. Here comes Colapino going to turn 10. It's a not big enough gap. Hulkenberg coming out. So Albin starts with a 106.115. Fastest second and third sector. Stroll fastest first sector, but we'll see how Stroll finishes his lap. Borrello's coming out. Stroll is second, fastest first and third, but losing time in that 2/10 in that second sector. He's only 46 thousandths behind Albin. These are 106 lap times. Alonso coming in after pitting. Sainz coming in third, 156 behind. Here comes Ocon. He's going to go top of the board, 115.7 and 45. Here comes Behrman. Behrman's going to be fifth. He's one whole second off. Wow, that's huge. We have Gasly and Colapino. Gasly coming around turn 10. Franco coming around turn 9. Gasly comes in fifth. Colapino is going to come in seventh. So these are Behrman, Colapino. So Alonso did not finish his lap. He aborted his lap. Must have been a mistake until he aborted. Hulkenberg now finishing his out lap, doing potentially his first flying lap. So is Borletto. Max Verstappen on an out lap right now. The Papaya boys and the Team Red Ferrari boys are coming out. Borletto now starting. He had to pass Max on that lap. Hulkenberg on his flying lap now as well. So there's the two right now on the flying lap. We do have Max. We have Norris, Oscar. Ferrari acting funny. Leclerc acting a little funny, doing slow, getting a gap to Oscar. Here comes Hamilton. Then Snowden and Isaac. Hulkenberg top of the board with 105.681, fastest second sector. He's 0.64, but we have not seen Borrell is going to be third. Again, these times will tumble. I mean, Max is coming around. Lawson, Antonelli, Russell, so the Mercedes boys are coming out. Here comes Sainz. So Max now starting a flying lap. He's going to have a little bit of traffic. Antonelli. One of the things that was updated in the race director's notes, Copino, his lap time was deleted for track limits, so he's dropped to 13th with no time. So basically, during qualifying, drivers making way for faster cars between turn 1 and turn 3 must currently move to the far right hand side of the track. That's one of the things that was added in the latest edition, the V2 of the track notes. There was some clarification of practice starts during the Renaissance laps. And then ultimately, there was the other thing that was note in that document was changes to the circuit. They resurfaced turn 2 to exit of turn 3, and then they realigned a lot of the white lines and added a blue line behind the white line. So right now we got Norris, Oscar, Max. Max is about to finish his lap. He's going to have to pass Hulkenberg. No, Hulkenberg's going to pit, so that'll be out of the way. So Max goes to the top of the board, 105.106. He's over a half a second faster than Hulkenberg's time. Lawson starting a flying lap now. Norris going to the top of the board with 104.624. So he's 4.34, 4 tenths faster than Max. Leclerc, Russell starting flying lap. Leclerc coming to the end of his flying lap comes third, 6 tenths off. Comes Oscar. Oscar abandoned his lap. And here comes Hamilton coming around. Hamilton comes 3. He's 4 tenths, 4.43 off of Norris. He's 0.0111 off of Max's time. Tsunoda comes in 5th. He's 7.14. So he's about 3 tenths off of Max's time, which is not that bad. Isaac just went 4th with a 105.334. He's 6 tenths off, but that puts him in 4th right now. And Lawson comes in 7th. So this is one of those. Yeah, that was not expected to see the Racing Bulls in the top 10. Antonelli comes in 4th. Russell's going to come around. Max is going to pit. Russell's going to come in 7th. So Antonelli's outperforming is Russell right now. That's interesting. Stroll coming to the line, and this is an out lap, so he's starting a new lap right now. Norris just pits. We got 9 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in the session. Right now in the bottom, we've got Gasly, Bierman, and Oscar, but they haven't exactly set. Oscar hasn't set a representative time. Alonso has not represented time. Colapino's lap time was deleted. Alonso just jumped to 14th with his lap time. So Stroll is in the drop zone right now. Gasly, Bierman. Again, Oscar has not set a time yet. And Oscar's now off on a new lap, looks like. Colapino is on a outlap right now. So is Gasly on a new outlap. Gasly's about to come across the... Albon damaged the floor. Yeah, Albon went off track and he went through gravel, and that's going to eat up that floor. Stroll's jumping up to 12th right now. Will Hamilton come out? He's safe. You never know. They might come out for bragging rights. Comes Albon's coming across the line. He's going to pit. Comes Oscar. Oscar's going to jump to P2. He's 3.32 behind Norris right now. So right now, Norris has the advantage, 104.672, with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Probably okay. With 105.115, he might be okay. Max has got a 105.106. He's probably okay too. Antonelli's probably okay, and so is Gasly. I think Isaac is the one that really he needs to come out. Let's look at Tsunoda right now. Is P10 105.386. Oh, a lot in the 105.3s. Isaac, Leclerc, Russell, Tsunoda, Lawson at the 105.4 exactly. So this is our P7 through P11 right here. Again, right now, Borlo, Albon, Bierman, Alonso, Sainz are in the drop zone. Now everyone has times. Stroll's a driver at risk 105.7. Ocon, Hulkenberg, Colapino, maybe Lawson are at risk. Those are the bottom 10. Well, right now Borlo is 16th. He's in the drop zone, so unless he is putting together a new lap soon, right now he's on a new flying lap. Did not improve in Sector 1, does improve in Sector 2. Hulkenberg improves his time, but not his position at P13. Sainz coming across the line, and he is going to be starting a new flying lap. Here's Barletto. He's going to finish a flying lap. He jumps up to 5th, a 105.273. Wow, that's a big jump. He's only 6/10 behind Norris. Albon is starting a new flying lap. So right now, Albon and Sainz are the two on flying laps. Barretto and Hulkenberg on track. They're on slowdown laps. Probably will pit. And then everyone else is in a pit right now, going for the next section. Sainz is purples. Albon has subsectors that are purple. They're not the whole sector. Albon is a purple subsector, sector 2. There's a 28.779 in that sector. So here comes Sainz. Sainz is looking particularly good. And Sainz jumps to 14th. Sainz still in danger. Albon crosses the line. He goes up to 5th, 105.143. Doesn't improve in Sector 2, but he's enough to he's only 4.7 behind Norris. He's going to be safe going into Q2, but his teammate, Science, is a half second off his teammate. He's 15th. He's the driver at risk. That he's going to have to go back out again. We got 4 minutes and 10 seconds left at this point. Sector 3, turn 4 mistake. Here we go. Here is that next group. It's got Norris, Lawson, Ocon, Oscar, Lewis, Hamilton, Stroll. I can't see who the Haas is. So they're lining up to go out again. Sainz will need to pit and come again. What's wrong in the first turn? Why the cars are slow? Because it's a hard pin. It's a 90-degree turn basically, and they've been having issues there. They've been having issues. Turn 3, turn 4, and turn 10 have been all like those 4 corners have been killer on the cars this weekend. Thanks, Son Ackerman and FinFan over in Twitch chat for showing up. Yeah, FinFan's pointing out that Stroll's doing so well in practice with the pace car. That is a good question. Lawson just went 3rd. Lawson's ahead of Max right now by a tenth, almost a tenth. No, it is a full tenth. No, just almost a tenth. Almost a tenth. Isaac is 11th right now. Clerk just moved to 7th. Right now, the driver at risk is Colpino. Sainz, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Behrman, and Alonso are in the drop zone. Yeah, I know. That's really weird. Did Aston Martin make mistakes? Did they destroy their floor? Alonso just moved. Here he comes. He's going to go to 12. Stroll's going to move to 12th. Here comes Alonso. He's going to move to 8th. So that keeps him out of danger. Stroll's probably still at risk. Here comes Antonelli. Antonelli is doing a flying lap. Sonoda. That he's not going to get out of Q1. Comes Max. Max is going to. He's not starting. He's trying to see Sainz is a flying lap. Hulkenberg. That was his flying lap. Hulkenberg's going to be out. Gasly was up to 4th. Gasly is again. Here comes Colpino. Gasly goes to 12th. That's going to probably get him onto Q2. Comes Leclerc. Pitting Isaac. Here's his flying lap. He goes up to 5th. That he's going to be fine. That's going to drop Russ. No, Russell's on a flying lap. Barlow right now is moving to 8th. Here comes Antonelli. Antonelli moves to 10th. Here comes Stroll. Stroll is a 15th. He is out. He's going to be driver risk. Here comes Russell. Russell moves up to 11th. That's going to drop Stroll out of Q1. one. Here comes Alonso. Science is the last one. He's 19th right now. He jumps to... Does not improve. Science is out. Here comes Sonoda. He is out. And Max. So we're looking at Stroll, Esteban, Sonoda, Science, and Hulkenberg out. Oh, that's another Yuki disaster. Yeah, dude, this is Stroll. Yeah, again, Stroll, Esteban, Sonoda, Science, Hulkenberg. That seeing Science go out again. I shouldn't be surprised, but I am surprised. Seeing Stroll go out, seeing Hulkenberg go out P20 is a big surprise. Again, Stroll is the surprise because he did a P4 in practice, did a P8, and now he's P16. We have to give huge props to the Racing Bulls. Both Lawson and Isaac, P3 and P5, ahead of Max. Yeah, there's no impeding. There was nothing went wrong. There's no call to the basically to the steward's office. Yeah, big surprise that we see Lawson and Isaac in the top 10, but not only them, they are P3 and P5. Gasly is P4. I mean, Leclerc is P12. Anthony and Russell at P10, P11. Now, granted, the track is heated up, and that this may be the classic case of the heated up track is not making issues for Mercedes. Yeah, 5 different teams in the bottom 5. And big teams, too. Red Bull's in there. Aston Martin's in there. Don't know why we have yellow flags on track. Don't know why that is happening, because we are at the end of Q1. Colpino gets out of Q1 into Q2. It's by 49 thousandths over Stroll. No, I did the math wrong. It's 51 thousandths. 51 thousandths difference between Colpino and Stroll. That's the difference between being in and out of Q1. I mean, we've got... Antonelli is 10th. He's 0.506. And Colpino is 506. That's a 10th right there between 10th and 15th. This is just a huge... I mean, it's bunched up. I mean, we look at from Behrman to Ocon. I mean, that even Tsunoda. I mean, we're looking at just more than just a 10th. Yeah, all cars are under a second. I mean, Hulkenberg's out. He did it. His gap is 0.934. He's under a second. Got replays of things in Q1 right now. Yeah, estimates is disappearing, and I'm not sure why. I don't know why Stroll... Did he just make mistakes? Same with Alonso. He's P13. There was damage. That message was removed. We're going to see the radio comms live. If you have a F1 TV subscription, I know that this will come up with multi-viewer. I know there's F1 dash, and I think they may have radio messages in there as well. When's Q2? A few minutes from now. Again, you're listening to the Race Statistics channel. We are on Twitch. We're also on YouTube today. Back on Twitch for quali, and we'll be on for Twitch, I believe, for the race tomorrow. There was damage on Sainz's car. Okay. Again, we do have an Patreon account. So if you would like to support us, that's one way you can do it. We also have a Discord. Again, if you missed out what happened in F2, there is Mirax, our Master of Everett's. Basically had a good, basically a deep dive in what happened in F2. So it looks like Nico ran wide in turn 4, losing 0.4 tenths alone, just right there. And we're starting now Q2. Clerk coming out first. Hamilton second. Team Red, the Tifosis. Your boys are out. And they're going out early. No one else is following them. That's interesting. Boy. Albin coming out. So again, you know what? Yeah, guys, careful. You saw nothing. I answered over the radio. You're not listening, apparently. These are out laps right now. So again, Clerk starting flying lap. Track temperature is nearly 50 degrees Celsius right now. That's one that's being said in Discord. We've got a track temperature of 47.1. So we've got Clerk, Hamilton, Albin out on track early. Only 3 right now on track, and they're on their flying laps at the moment. Anyone take damage in Q1? It looks like Sainz took some damage. I think Alonso may have taken damage, or Stroll have taken damage going over. Clerk going top of the board, 105.446. Here comes Hamilton. He's going to go P2. He's 2 tenths off his teammate. And then Albin. Albin's coming around 9 and 10 at the moment. A few seconds away. And Albin's going to be 6 tenths off. 106.070. Yeah. Yeah, 105 may not be fast enough. Yeah, definitely 105.4. So Haas is coming out now. Like Haas, Racing Bulls, Stake. Oh, that green is horrible. I'll be happy next year when Audi takes over. So it's going to be Isaac, Lawson, Bortoletto. Again, Leclerc, Hamilton have pitted. Albon will pit, most likely. So after Bortoletto, it's going to be Behrman, Gasly, Colapino coming out on track. They are lined, look like they're lined up. So we got another round of cars doing outlaps right now, and then we'll be doing their own laps. Verstappen next in line, then Alonso. If Lawson going to beat Leclerc on the first stint, what happens next? Well, he did beat Leclerc. Oh, you mean this time out? We'll see. Lawson punching above their weights. Yeah, they're definitely punching above their weights right now. Here comes Isaac. He is going to be starting a flying lap. Again, cars be to the right side from turn 1 to through turn 4, per the updates in the director's notes. Noted over in Twitch chat that the V carb had upgrades to the front and rear wings. Right now, Lawson is a foot 16.5 in that first sector. He's got the fastest second sector. Interesting. Max is now starting flying lap. Isaac's going to jump to P2. He's only 1/10 behind Leclerc's time. Alonso starting flying lap. Here comes Lawson. Lawson's to top of the board. He's 2/10 faster than Leclerc. He's 105.2 for 84. Fastest second sector. Borrell goes 6. Russell starting flying lap. Behrman jumping to 6. Comes Oscar. He's doing his out lap. Gasly's behind him. So is Colapino. Gasly's going to jump to 5th. It's going to Colapino. He's okay. He's a few tenths off, though. He's going to jump to 8th. He's 1.3. That's not a very good time. He's 106.587. Yeah, so Behrman, Borrello, Albon. Yeah, Albon, Behrman, Borrello, Colapino, no good times. Max just jumped to the top of the board, 105.103. Lawson is only 1.45 back, given that's his first go. Alonso goes a 106. That's not going to be a good time. So the only 4 who have not set times, Antonelli's coming across the line now. He jumps to 6. Russell, who's next to cross the line. And then the Papaya Boys. Russell goes 3rd. He's 2.79 behind Max. 1.3 behind Lawson. Here comes Oscar. Oscar top of the board, fastest first and third sector. He's over half a second faster than Max. Here comes Norris. Fastest second sector. 10th there, about even. Norris goes top of the board, fastest third sector. Picked up 2/10 on his team, almost 2/10 his teammate in sector 3. Clark just jumped P3. So we got Norris top of the board, 104. Hamilton jumping. So Clark P3, Hamilton P4. So that puts Norris 1, Oscar 2nd, Leclerc 3rd, Hamilton 4th, Verstappen 5th. Lawson is now a 10th back. And again, the pilots just did a half-second jump there. Russell is 7th, Isaac is 8th, Antonelli 9th, and Gasly 10th. So the Gasly's the driver at risk, 105.7. Antonelli's 105.688. Isaac is probably in driver at risk right now. Russell's probably safe with 105.382. So we're looking at a 105.5 cut line at the moment. So people are going to have to do more laps. Yeah, at least Isaac's going to have to do to protect his P8. So we got Gasly right now at the driver at risk, 105.7, and then we've got everyone above him, Albon, Bierman, Alonso, Borla. Red flag. What the heck happened? What? Okay, so we have a red flag. Get the fire emoji out, boss. Yeah, there's a fire on the grass apparently around the final turn. I believe it's around turn 10 is what they said. Oh, the Billy Joel's jokes have started in Discord. I did not set the grass on fire. First China, now Suzuka, now Spielberg. Yeah, I know. So we got 5 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock while we put out grass fire. So we've got definitely enough time to have everyone come out and do another flying lap. This red flag scenario has been brought to you by apparently me. If we can get G's in chat. Paul, it's okay because the last time grass caught on fire, mascot pole. Oh boy. Oh, so, yeah. Get those. Come on, Twitch chat. Put those G's in chat. Why red flag? Because the track is on fire. Some grass caught fire. Again, we are in a red flag scenario because the grass has caught on fire around turn 10. It's on the outside of turn 10, it looks like. Buffalo's waiting for Q3, I don't think so. Obviously, everyone is better at starting fires than putting them out. Personally, you blame Grash. I blame myself, of course, so don't worry about it. As we stand right now, we've got standings. We got 5 minutes and 42 seconds left on the board here in Q2. Unlike practice in quali, when a red flag comes out, the clock stops. We do have enough time for them to go around and have them do flying laps. So that's a lot of time to do flying laps. Right now, Norris and Oscar P1, P2. 1.646 separate the two teammates, and then it's a huge jump. It's a 5.68 and a 5.486. So two. No, it's 22 thousandths separate. No, 18 thousandths separate Leclerc and Hamilton. We up to 693 over 6 tenths, almost 7 tenths to Verstappen in P5. Lawson is 8 tenths, 838. Russell is almost a second. Isaac is over a second at this point, and Anthony is 1.2. Track is clear, but we did have fire on track. This happens tomorrow. Will make for an interesting race. Yeah, track is green, so it's a matter of when. Basically, we get a notification when they go green again. Exit will be green, and we'll be starting the session. Lawson might not be safe for Q3. No, Lawson will be safe for Q3. It's Isaac that I'm questioning. He might. If Lawson's not safe for Q3, then there was a big Trek evolution. We have not yet gotten the session restart time. Again, you're listening to Racing Statistics channel. We just had a red flag scenario. Your harbinger red flags has somehow manifested fire on track. We did not see any incident where brought out the red flag in any of the practice sessions, and yet we are not here with a driver-related session. Is it raining? Nope. It's beautiful outside. No rain. That fire didn't buy a ticket. That exactly. No ticket. Yeah, I think the cut line is probably a 105.5, and that puts Isaac out on the outside at the moment. I think Russell's safe with a 105.382 if nothing happens, if it doesn't improve. But I do think Lawson is probably safe with a 105.248 right now. Again, all the drivers in the drop zone right now, Albon, Behrman, Alonso, Bordello, Collier, did a 106 something. They're all in the 106. Gasly's a 105.7. I suspect that he probably will need to do a better lap to stay into Q3. Again, same with Antonelli and Isaac, just for security reasons. They could probably, if they can make an improvement by a tenth or two, they'll stay in Q3. Green light pit open, and we've started. Oh, all right. Yeah, so F1 TV is saying that Max is not happy with his lap time. That's interesting. So if Max is not happy with that, we'll see how Q2 finishes. We are at 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Is anyone coming out? Here comes Max. Here comes Papayas. They're all now coming out. Morello's going to get out and Fred ahead of Max. So they are now coming out onto track. F1's predicting a 105.2 knockout time. So that would put Lawson on the outs. Again, as it is, Max is going out. He's got a 105.1. So that's interesting that they're predicting that. Farquhar was saying that the mid pack is slightly slower than expected, probably thinking they could hit a 10.51. So we got 3 minutes to go in Q2. Isaac, Bierman, Barlow, Verstappen are the first four out. Norris and Oscar coming out, even though they're P1, P2, and clearly going to get into Q3. Lawson going to be the next coming out. He's P6. He did a 105.248, so he's on the outside looking in per F1 TV, the cut time. Alonso and Danelli Russell will be next out, and Isaac's going to be first to start a flying lap. Here come Russell and then Leclerc, Hamilton, and Gasly. So Isaac and Bierman and Bartolo, the first three on their flying laps. Max is coming around. He's going to go for his flying lap. Is Norris going, or is he going around? Norris is going for it. Oscar's going for it. Lawson now finishing his out lap, starting a flying lap. Here comes Isaac. Isaac goes P6. Bierman goes P8. Alonso starting his flying lap. Here comes Bartolo. P3. He's only 4/10 off, 104.846. Russell at risk. Antonelli starting flying lap. Max goes P3. He's 4/10 off of Norris's time. Here goes Norris improves. No, he doesn't improve. He does a 105.2. So Oscar does a 104.7. He's 2/10 off his time. Lawson's 7th right now. Polpino's doing his flying lap. We're 10 seconds left to go. Albon doing his flying lap. Alonso goes to 8th. He's a 105.041. Enderley moves up to 8th. Here comes Russell. This is times are not baked in. Russell goes to 5th. Isaac drops to 11th. And he's out. Bierman is out. So Gasly, Albon, Polpino, the 3 in the drop zone. Click goes up to 3rd, doesn't affect the drop zone. Hamilton's 7th right now. It doesn't improve in his time. Here comes Max is pitting. Here comes Gasly. Gasly goes to 6. That moves Alonso into the drop zone. Colapino's 15th. He goes to 13, doesn't make it. And here's Albon. He's the last one to affect the drop zone. He goes to 12th. He's out. So we've got Alonso, Albon, Isaac, Colapino, and Beerman out in Q2. Wow, that's man. So I said a 0.5. That was wrong. The cut line was a 105.052. It was 0.75, 75 thousandths difference between Anthony and Alonso in that cut zone. So we've got Antonelli, Lawson, Hamilton, Russell, Gasly, Borrello, Verstappen, Leclerc, Oscar, and Norris in Q3. So Borrello in Q3, Antonelli in Q3, Lawson in Q3, Gasly's in Q3. Again, 2/10. Oh, one. No, not 2/10. 1.75 is what drops Isaac out of Q3. So yeah, 105.1 was actually the cut line for Q3. So I was off by 4/10, and F1 TV was off by 1/10. So they've noted impeding is between Norris and Leclerc, so that's going to be interesting. We will see if it's noted right now. We'll see if it's investigated. Right now, top of the board is Norris, Oscar second, Leclerc is third, Verstappen's fourth, Borrello is fifth, Gasly is sixth, Russell seventh, Hamilton eighth, Lawson ninth, and Anthony 10th right now. Don't think there's any track issues right now. I would ignore this yellow flag because we're between Q1, Q2. Who impeded Q? It looks like maybe that, I think it's Norris impeded Leclerc. People saying Leclerc, it may have been the opposite, that Leclerc impeded Norris. We will see Isaac. These looks like it's all slow going. Yeah, it's involving cars. Isaac, Alonso, Antonelli, Oscar noted following the race directions, maximum delta time, so they went slower than they should have. They've noted that involving cars, Norris and Leclerc noted. Okay, so the turn Norris and Leclerc reviewed no further investigations, so nothing else is going to happen with that. So basically, Isaac, Alonso, Antonelli, and Oscar are going to come to the steward's office and be told you were going too slow, slapped on the wrist. Is grass on fire again? No, that has been taken care of. Is it massive impeding? No, that's no longer investigated. Tell me why Qatar 24. I don't remember Qatar 24 at this point, man. Don't have memory for that. For Max to Ben, was it practice? I don't remember what happened back then at this point. Again, we're setting up for Q3 at the moment. What's the difference with the digital diagonal line in the tire? That means that the tire has been used. So again, like Norris and Oscar, Leclerc, They have used that, so that on their tire history, you can see that they have the slasher. That means that those were used soft tires. Verstappen went out on a fresh tire, and Bordello and Gasly and Russell all went on new used tires. So when you don't see that slash, it means that they're a fresh tire. Yeah, I don't think our track temperature is correct anymore. I think it is 50 degrees now, or even more. Again, we just had a fire on the side of the track. So 12 minutes on the clock right now. You get the start Q3 though. Again, you're listening to the Race Statistics YouTube channel. We're on Twitch as well. Thank those who are over in Twitch chat. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the track, where a section is going yellow for any particular reason. I think it may be bogus data in play. Yeah, don't predict that people are going to crash. I think we did that 2 weeks ago for a particular reason. Q3 starts on Enterprise Hour 1701. And yep, pit lane is open. We've started Q3. Q3 starts at 1701. My God. We are dorks over in Discord, apparently. Chat is gonna crash for the karma. Oh boy. And we are in Q3. The clock is running, and no one's coming out. It won't. I don't know. This is one of those. Are gonna. No one's gonna do a banker lap. You guys are yelling about Spaceballs equals best sci-fi movie. No, best sci-fi parody movie. Can I say you have a Trekkie who's an F1 fan? Boy. Okay, no one has come out. We've got over a minute already into this session. Do they all come out at the last minute? Yep, pretty much. Best sci-fi movie is Star Wars. Um, if you want a really good sci-fi film, Moon is really good. Interstellar is also hard sci-fi within reason. And there they all are coming out now. And we've got a traffic jam. Science fiction film is Back to the Future. Space is better than Mars Attacks and Galaxy Attacks. Again, we're talking sci-fi because we're waiting for people to get on track. Here they go. Line of cars on pit lane waiting to go out. Why do some of you guys hate Max? Oh, because he's winning. Because he's the world champion. You win and you're hated. Basically, what's going on. So we got Gasly went out first, Antonelli, Oscar, Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc so far, and this is still a line backed up on pit lane. And we're waiting a couple of people to go around. We have yet to see anyone start flying lap. We're still on outlaps. Barbara, best sci-fi cult film ever. It's up there. Here comes Gasly crossing the line. He's going to start the first one to do a flying lap. And then Endilly is about coming around now. He'll be the second one doing it. Oscar at turn 9 and 10. Norris at turn 8. Then the next two to do flying laps. Don't understand why they all wasted first 3 minutes. It's again, we'll see. Does Rocky Horror count? Rocky Horror is parody sci-fi, and it's I'm gonna get myself in trouble. But Rocky Horror is actually not very good. Let's get back to F1 right now. Vax has just gone around, starts flying lap. Clerk is at the line. Here comes Bortolello. He's starting his flying lap. Here comes Gasly. He is on his flying lap right now. So he's going to go to the top of the board with a 105.6. Here comes Antonelli. He goes top of the board 105.274. Oh, those did not make the cut. Oscar going to the 104.5, and that's what we were expecting. Russell starting his flying lap. Here comes Norris. It's the first of the four. He does a 104.268. He's 2.86 faster than his teammate. Anthony Gasly over a second. Lawson starting flying lap. So we've got 4 in the books already, and then we've got Leclerc, Verstappen, Borella, Russell, Hamilton, and Lawson right now. Here comes Max. He's 5th. He goes P3. He's 6/10 off. Clerk goes P2. He's 2/10 off Norris. He is 62 thousandths faster than Oscar. Barrel goes 6. So we still have Russell, Hamilton, and Lawson right now. Hamilton comes to the line. Hamilton goes 4th. He's 3.51 behind Norris. Here comes Russell. Russell goes P5, 5.76. We got Lawson. Lawson's got clear air in front of him. He goes into P9, turn 9. Here he is coming around turn 10. Looking good so far. And he pits. Something happened. Looks like he did something. He went wide on turn 9. Looks like Lawson may have gone wide. Pit lane, they've noted that Russell has an unsafe release. Noted. See if they investigate that. Yeah. So right now, with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go, We've got Norris on provisional pole with 104.268. Clerk does a 104.492. Oscar does a 104.554. Hamilton does a 104.619. Russell does a 104.884. And then Verstappen does a 104.929. After that, everyone is done a 105 or abandon their lap in case of Lawson. So we've got 4 minutes to go in this session now. And it's a matter of time for them to come back out and do their final flying lap. Again, they just have to cross the line before time runs in order to do the flying lap. Excuse me. You gonna turn your volume up, please? It would help if my throat was clear. What are your thoughts on Yuki? Yuki basically is in a no-win situation right now. It's very likely that Red Bull will drop Yuki at the end of this season. Because partly Yuki's backing is with Honda. So I'm actually expecting them to drop him at the end of the season. Depends where the Lando or Rando shows up. That's a good way to put that. Right now, Lando is showing up. He is top of the board. He's got 2/10 over Leclerc right now. He does a 104.268. That's putting him on provisional pole. Gasly again first out. Verstappen second. Lawson third. This is going to be the order they come in and set their times and lock in their times. Will Max be going to Mercedes? I doubt he is. Again, we are in silly season. We've seen crazy stuff. Leclerc will be fourth. Russell fourth. Leclerc fifth on that list to finish. Then Norris, Hamilton, Oscar, and then Bortolello will be last, I think. No, Bortolello then Antonelli. So here we go. Gasly is coming around right now to the start-finish line. He'll be starting his flying lap now. Max coming around. He is going around second. Lawson's third comes to the line. Gasly does a 16.48 in sector 1. Green for him. Gasly's now coming around, ending sector 2. Does a 28.9 in that sector 2. Hamilton is across. Here comes Gasly. To yellow flag. Oh, what's happened? What's happened to Gasly? Gasly blows his track time? Comes Oscar coming around. That may have ruined Oscar's lap. Lawson Antonelli. So Norris does a purple lap. He's got pole. I'm trying to figure out what just happened. had a yellow. Yeah, so Norris goes P1. Look, he's on. This is looking like a Lando pole right now. 103.9. That's a Lando pole. Hamilton just came in. Leclerc came in 104.5 his last lap, so he doesn't improve in his position. Oscar, I think his lap was ruined by Gasly. Hamilton comes in fourth. Russell comes in fifth. Lawson sixth. Burrell comes in eighth. Anthony 9. Gasly 10th. Gasly comes in and he loses the car. Okay, yeah. So Gasly does two full hole rotations, so he does a 720. So why was it yellow? Because Gasly went wide at turn 10, hit gravel. Well, there's one. There's two. He does two full rotations and finishes the lap. And I think that caused the yellow. I know Oscar was coming around when that yellow hit. So did you Lawson not qualify? Yes, he just did actually. I know there's some shenanigans going on here, but we have Lawson P6 on the grid, Max P7. This is this is weird. Wow, the quality is weird. So we got Norris P1, does 103.971. Clark came in second. He's 5/10 off of 5.21 off of Norris. Oscar's 5.8 off of Norris. Hamilton is fourth, 0.6 off of Norris. Russell comes in fifth, 0.792 off of Norris. Lawson qualifies 6.955. Max comes in at 9.58. It's 0.03 of a difference between Lawson and Max. Borrell is eighth, he's over a second. Antonelli is 1.3 over, and Gasly is 1.6. And that's how Q3. This is going to be a wild Q2, Q3. Ferrari back, yeah. Ferrari's in the mix here. Who knew that Russell's fifth? Who knew that Lawson was going to be sixth? We've got a crazy, crazy grid to start tomorrow. We've got potential for movement. I know Isaac's got good pace. Max is doing damage limitation rate. Yeah, pretty much. Patches lap time deleted. Double yellow at turn 10. But I know Oscar's previous lap was good enough. Oscar's lap may have been deleted, but the lap that was deleted was slower than the fastest lap he already had. I want to thank everyone here. Q2 incidents. Take a look at the again. Gasly track limits. That's obvious because he spun and track limit turn 10. Lap deleted. That's obvious. Oscar's time is deleted because of double yellow. That was a 504.4. Yeah, that wouldn't affect things. Wait a second. Yeah. All right. I want to thank everyone who's came to Quali. Come on, no. You don't taunt other users. You guys do that again, you'll get tossed from chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, Max got 7th. Big whoop. I've seen Hamilton qualify P20 after and get start P20 on the grid and get into the top 3, get a podium. So anything's happened given the right day. All right, want to thank everyone here at the Racing 60s channel. I want to thank everyone who showed up for Quali on YouTube. Those who called up Quali on Twitch chat. We'll be back tomorrow. I will have Mr. V with me. That will be really fun to have him. He knows his stuff. He's one of the people who really knows his stuff. If you don't follow his podcast, again, it's Mr. V's CC3. It's his camping chair basically channel. If you're not following him, you're missing out on someone who knows his stuff. So. We will see you tomorrow for the race. We have a definitely mix-up grid right now. It's going to be interesting to see how things go. Take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.